Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back once again to the workshop. This video is the next instalment in getting Ewan airborne with a helicopter. From memory, let's sort this out. This has been 2 months plus since the last video was filmed. We've had a lot going on outside of the workshop and outside of modelling, so a lot of things have been put on the back burner. Modelling especially has been put on the back burner, hasn't it? Yeah. So getting back into it, you want to get this flying as soon as possible. I want to get him flying as soon as possible. So we're going to see if we can't tonight or in this video get this to the stage where we can look at firing up the engine. Won't necessarily be fully set up just because the time of day it is now. It's quite late in the evening. But even if we can get even if we just get it rebuilt again tonight, that would be a start. And then we'll probably come back to it to do the setup. I don't know quite how the video is going to fall together, but that's what we're going to try and do. So in the last video, we discovered that this tank, this old manky one, has actually got a hole just there on my thumb. It looks like it's rubbed through or something. I was actually looking at it earlier. It looks like somebody has put a hot screwdriver into it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know why, but that's what it looks like. But anyway, I found online brand new aftermarket tanks. Bought 2 of them. And this is exactly how they came, all pre-fitted. Bought 2 of them. They actually came from Italy, of all places.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same. If anything, these are a bit better because they're a little bit softer to squeeze into the frames. Got a battery to go in it. You've got a receiver somewhere.
Yeah.
To go in it. New switch, just a box down if you type of switch, and got a new remote glow. The reason for this is because I don't know when I'm going to show you this one-handed. Let's see if I can show you. This type, it's got like an R-clip type, would sit like that when it's in use, they're clipped on. But this type have a habit of shorting out to the head. So this type is actually like a normal plug cap, but for a glow plug. So they're actually more reliable, a bit more fiddly to get on possibly, but they're a lot more reliable. So we're going to take that one off. It's got to come off to get the engine back in. But we'll fit that one as the engine's going back in. Yeah? So I think first things first, we're going to be getting the tank in.
Or am I doing it, or are you still talking?
Yeah, no, we need to get the tank in. Yeah, we get the tank in. We've got to see about a fuel cut-off, haven't we, you were saying? Yeah. To go on the main fuel line to the engine so we can close it off. I want to buy some, but we have got one on there just now, which we can rob for just now. So if you're watching this video and wondering what we're on about, up in the corner I'll put a link to the first part of this video, which might make this make a bit more sense for this. This is a Raptor 30. It's got an OS 37 engine, graciously gifted to Ewan. We have since picked up a few more helicopters since it's been gifted to Ewan. So once he's flown this, we'll be able to progress on to other things. But it's going to be a good start for getting you flying, isn't it?
Yeah.
So remember which side the pipes are all going to go through?
Nope.
Well, the feed's got to come, that one has got to come through to there.
Yeah. And then
that one's got to go out the other side to go onto that. Yeah?
What, through these? This hole got on the side?
No, I think it's going to come further forwards than that. I can't remember where the tank sits. It sits, see that mark there, look? I think it's that one.
So it's
Wherever
gonna
it feels.
It's going to sit there. So it's going to need to come out this hole here.
Why is it going to need to come out that hole
Because
there?
where else is it going to come out of?
Where's it come out on mine? That'll tell you.
Well, just going on that one, it comes out that hole.
Look at mine, because I haven't actually fully gone over that one.
Same place.
The feed comes out. That's not the feed, Ewan. That's the pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the feed coming out this side. That's what I was talking about.
I was talking about the pressure. What goes through the same place as well?
Careful you don't pinch a pipe or anything. I think the feed pipe's got to come out further forward because you're going to catch it there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's going to need to sit more like that.
No, it's got to sit tail down to work properly. Yeah, it's got to sit like that.
So if we had to come out through there?
I wonder if it comes out through there. Does it not?
I don't think it's going to be able to. It can come out.
Hold on. Let's have a look on a working example.
Yours is backwards, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, so yours comes out here.
Mine comes out through there and then loops back into it. So it might be a case of the fuel pipe isn't necessarily long enough.
Can't see what's going on.
Right, I can see the problem. That is too tight against the frame. That tank needs to be spaced out. Because I've got a spacer on mine. So the pipe can then come out the back here.
Okay, why can't it come up around like that?
Well, it could be, it could get pinched. If that tips, that could pinch that.
Yeah.
Cause all sorts of engine shut-off problems. So you need to have a spacer to space that out. Which you'll find one there. Yeah?
Am I just taking this one?
Yes, that's why I just said it.
I'm confused why this one's got a spacer as well. Then.
To keep the glow plug further out. The glow plug doesn't need to be further out. I don't know why it's on there. Have you got Allen key?
No.
Let's see about Allen keys then. Too many helicopters laying around here. Allen key, Allen key, Allen key. Where are all the Allen keys gone?
Up top.
Yeah, but that's...
I guess it's second smallest. Smaller. Probably two sizes now. One bigger.
there isn't... I don't know where it is, Ewan. And this is that one.
Yeah, that's about right.
I need a longer screw.
That'd be right.
Yeah, okay. So now you should have space to get the pipe to come out behind it and then not get trapped even if it does tilt.
What's the angle we're looking for? And that's about that.
Yeah, so it's at the clunks at the bottom. Yeah? Sorted.
Do we need to do anything else to the tank before I put this screw back in? I don't think so.
No, don't think so. It's not going to rub on that, is it?
No.
No. Okay, so that's fine. Do you want me to help hold it up?
That'll be alright. What I would like you to do, I might. Next, get the engine back in, isn't it?
Yep.
Or are we changing the switch before?
No, we put the engine back in first. The switch has nothing to do with the engine, is it?
Yeah. Well, sometimes you do things in front of your orders.
Well, we're going to find a washer for one of those.
I know, we'll just use that.
Okay.
What side do you want to have the glue on? This side?
Whatever side it is on this one. Yeah, starboard side. Right, what have you not put on there? So what I'd suggest is put the others in and then take that one out to put it in again. Does that make sense? Because you only need the tiniest little amount on each one. There's none in that one.
Yeah. Where'd you find these?
Well, that one was in the toolbox that we opened.
Well, that's just. What's really in that? It's just water, basically.
See if I can reach this one then.
That's better.
So the tiniest little bit on the end, yeah. That's fine. Don't nip it up tight until you get them all in, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, which one are you using here? So with these, undo it, because you don't need that bit.
You mean undo it? Does it pull?
Undo the... there's a nut. There, look, undo that nut.
Okay.
Because we don't need the earth, do we? Because it's going to be earthed through the bracket.
Mm-hmm. Can you get me a plug spanners, please? No mind.
Why?
Because I thought it wasn't coming off there. So how's it come apart?
Ah,
Snips.
that's going to be the way forward. They're in the house, aren't they?
They're in the loft.
No, they're not. They're on the stairs. Put the nut back on.
Mm-hmm. Should I not just snip that? It's going to be easy enough to snip.
Yeah, but have we got snips to do it?
There's
here?
a pivot there, Finn.
One remote glow modified.
So there,
Yeah.
or which one? Cause
I have it on the wherever the engine mount is, whichever the engine mount is. It's got to be on that one.
It's got to be that one. But okay, do you want it?
No, have it. Yeah, on that
That'll
one.
work.
Why?
I'm gonna need some form of space because that doesn't line up.
What doesn't line up?
The hole with the other hole.
Well, I can't see because you're holding it. So, what doesn't line up?
That hole can't get inline mat because of that plastic bit there.
Okay. So, what are you going to do about that?
Get some sort of spacing.
How long's the screw? Screw's long enough. I'd actually take a little bit off there.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a file and just file a flat onto that edge there.
Yep.
Just so you can get it in. It's not much, it's got to come off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, let's just put this down here just now. I don't know if it's going to see what we're doing. A Sharpie or something. You basically have to take that black off, I think, to get that to fit.
A tad more, maybe.
Well, take the black off first. Yeah.
What do you reckon's best way?
Just with a normal file.
Do we have one handy or?
Should do. Getting to it's the problem. Right, can I make a suggestion? They don't do metal filing right above a helicopter.
Yes, you can. Got it. Can I use the drone?
You could do, but it'd be a lot easier to take a lot off in one go and make a mistake of it.
Yeah, but got being careful.
Let's do it this way first. Taking anything off?
Slowly.
Well, how much has it got to come off? Alright, the problem is with the drum, we've got to find the right stone for doing it. Or sanding drum. Amongst this pile of stuff.
I'm not sure what the right stone or drum is, to be honest.
Well, a stone is just that, Ewan. It's a grinding stone, which I don't know if we've got. Because somebody's used them all.
What was that?
Might get it with that. I'll try it with that. Right, don't do it like that. Do it across the way, yeah. But think about which way it's turning.
Gonna go that way, isn't it?
I don't know, I can't remember which way they turn.
That way, clockwise.
Yeah, so it'll go that way.
I don't know how far it's gonna go.
Right, let's have a look and see what it fits like. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that'll work. Just.
Well, do you want to take a little bit more off?
Yeah.
You don't want to be forcing it. Do you know what I mean? All it's going to do is put a load on it. You can end up breaking.
Mm. Yeah, that'll be fair enough. Hold on a second.
What's the matter?
I said hold on a second.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Let's try this. It's a study.
Oh, right. You mean you're deburring it?
Yeah.
Put it through the bracket first before putting the Loctite on it.
Excuse me.
So now you can tighten up all of them, yeah? It would be good if we could have some sort of backing music out here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't get us copyright strikes. Bit of drum and bass while we're doing this, eh?
Or something. Anything that isn't just pure silence.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we do that, we get told off.
Mm-hmm.
Right, tight?
Yeah. Is that one enough? Yes.
Yeah. So that's on, so we now need the exhaust to go on
Yeah.
with the gasket.
Yeah.
And so we get a little bit of thread lock. And my suggestion is you put the bolts through, then a spot of thread lock on this side when it's through. No.
Why are we putting thread lock on them?
So the bolts don't come undone?
Yeah, well, I've never done this on like an IC engine or anything.
You are meant to, or do something to put them on, but there's also a lot more vibrating parts
That's true.
in one of these. No. You can leave the lid off it. But you're not square on the bottom, model it.
Not squirrel what?
Right, what's the next thing you got to do?
Change switch.
Nope. What's that?
Connect up the throttle. Doesn't really need to be fixed.
Well, you might as well do it as it's there.
The switch is also there, so. These do just pop on, don't they?
Yep.
Can't do that, but can you?
Why?
Because I can't think how to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can. I'm just being daft.
Yeah. But you're levering against the ball link. You've got to go behind the arm. That's it. Like that. Okay, so switch. I can't remember which way round the switch has got to go.
What do you mean?
Do the same as normal. Back is on. No, the switch orientation.
Yeah, it does say on the.
But how do we always do it with fixed wing?
I have it go backwards.
Back is on, so just do it the same on here. This doesn't matter because you're not going to catch this with your hand when it takes off.
Yeah.
Or you better not. I mean, we're trying to catch a switch with your hand when you take off.
Or when you launch it.
Well, yeah, that's one thing you're not going to be doing is hand launches with this. That one probably. So we're changing the switch because we don't know the condition of it. I've had numerous airplanes models fail because of the switch. So because we don't know the history of this one, we don't know how long it's been sat in one position, we don't know how long it's been sat for full stop. For the sake and cost of a switch, we're going to put a new, brand new one in. Yeah, right, hold on, you've also got a little problem there I can see.
Like you decided the problem.
Yeah.
You get a flat blade screwdriver.
So what we do, take it out that way.
That's what I need to do.
And then when you fit the new one, have the leads coming out this side. There's no need to have them poking out that side.
Why?
Because then you can have the charge lead coming out here, the receiver coming all around this side, and the battery one coming on this side.
Are these fitted on the right way?
don't know, but you can always tell the charge lead is always on the off side. So that's the charge side. That's the charge lead.
Okay.
That's the battery. So when it's off, you can charge the battery straight into it. Yeah, so it's the easiest way to tell which way on the switch is. For anybody that didn't know that. Do you notice I swapped around the blade caddies as well?
Yeah. Why?
Sorry?
Why?
Because the one that was on there wasn't gripping the tail boom that well, so I put that onto the shuttle, which isn't going to be used for a while, and put that one on there. I think that's a 60-90 size one. What?
It also says on and off on the inside. I didn't know it said that.
Some switches don't say that though.
Yeah, well, half decent for turbo ones though.
Should we to hold the switch in place?
Mate.
You might what?
Need help.
Tight? Yeah. Right. What else could you do just now? Right, what you can do is you can clip the glow lead on. Do you know how these work?
Yeah, pull out the glue, then it pulls out a bit and then clamps in.
Yeah, but I'm just having a look to see which bit it is. I can't do that one-handed. Yeah, so you actually got to put it out quite a long way to get it clipped on properly. Do you want me to hold the helicopter up?
That's it.
So that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where should this be sat or tucked
Just,
up?
it'll just be fine in there.
Okay.
Right, so we turn it around the other way. I think before we spoke about the pitch servo.
Because it only had positive pitch.
Yeah, well, the actual setup we'll come to later on, but to get it how we want it, that ball link's got to be there, and the head of that servo has got to be there. So we need to
Turn the servo and move the ball.
take that link off the ball, leaving the ball on the servo arm. Take the servo out and turn it 180.
Okay, why don't we take the servo arm off the servo?
Because we know that's possibly in the right position of neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is method to my madness.
Yeah, it's just the way that we possibly know.
Yeah,
We
because
don't.
this has flown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be close to centre. So if you take that ball link off the ball, leave that one on there, turn the servo around 180. Once we've done that, we then move that whole ball to there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, hold on.
Like that.
Can you see that bit?
Yeah.
Take the pliers out.
It needs to be pushed up against there.
Yeah, on top of the ball. Like that.
So this is just one servo that pushes this up and down.
Yeah, don't force it just now because the blade's on.
Yeah.
Yes, is the answer to your question.
Right, so this one's.
What? What?
This one's slightly too small, but that one's way too big, and I can't bother getting another one.
Well, my guess then is... No, where is it? That one's possibly the right one.
This one will do, but.
Yeah, it's got to be the right one, you know. Otherwise you're going to strip screws, aren't you?
Only if you're not careful.
Is that the right size? Let's change that. Hey. Do you want a hand?
Oh, hell
Can I suggest you get the other end started as well?
yeah, I was just trying to get these two started because one's longer than the other. Are all current up to the servo screws self-tapped?
No.
Just these ones?
Yeah. So you don't want to over tighten them.
Yeah.
I can't remember if here on this you can replace the tray on these or not. I think you can, yeah. You can get the forward tray, the servo tray, bolts in there, and somewhere else down the bottom there. So if you can get a new servo tray, you can replace them.
Mm.
Right, I don't think you've got them tight enough. Just because it's not moving doesn't mean it's not tight enough. No. Right. Is that the right size for that?
No, it's a bit small one. I would have thought. That's not straight at all. It's threaded on wrong.
On these, they actually find their own centre because it's a pre-made hole. And I guess this one has never had a screw in this hole. Yeah, I won't worry about that just now, so we clip that back on. So we have to do a full setup on that to make sure that's in the right place. Right, so what we're going to need now is the receiver for this, the battery, your transmitter, we've still got to get some Velcro for this as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where did that one come from?
The drawer.
The drawer?
Yeah.
I thought this was...
You thought this was different receiver?
I thought we had just a normal 8-channel one to go in there. We haven't?
No, it's this one. Because this is an normal 8-channel one.
Okay, well, it's not going to be fully installed just now, it's just for testing just now, so we make sure it does work before we do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to connect the battery to the switch. That's the charge lead. That should come down to there. Right, you have to cut that. New model.
How do you delete these? Cause
Oh my god, Ewan.
I don't even know how I've done that. Because they're all 37.
I don't know how you've done it, but just go to 36. You've got to change the model type. Yes. Model name. What are you doing?
I'm trying to remember where R is in the alphabet. There.
OR.
Just making sure.
No.
Whoa. Does 0 not exist?
No, it does. You've gone whizzing past it.
No, it didn't. It was right there, and then I went one click, and noticed.
Go again. Go another again. Space again. Right. You went back the other way. Go back to the right. Keep on going. You've got to go to the end. Right.
It wasn't there the first time.
It was there. Just you went whizzing past it.
Normal mode.
What do I want to bind it in normal?
Yes. Because that's what mode you bind it in doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I didn't know.
But you've got to take the tang off that carefully. Right, just use the other knife.
Oh, the other knife.
Save getting another blade out just now.
Yeah, I know. That one's just as bad.
Red one.
Yeah.
You're going to need a bind plug for this as well, aren't you? Don't put it in the bind one. That was right, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Or you switched it off.
I don't make sure, but it says I've switched it on.
Right, that doesn't matter if it's round the wrong way, Ewan.
Yeah, I just wanted to make... Yeah, so there's a flash there.
Yeah, so it is trying to do something. Turn that around the other way.
You just said it doesn't matter.
Electrically it doesn't, but for the chamfers it does.
There's no chamfers on it.
There should be.
There's not.
No, don't cut chamfers on it, Ewan. There is, look. Why is there no chamfers on it? That's not. That can't be a genuine Spectrum one.
Could well not be Spectrum.
What else is it going to be then?
Futaba?
Futaba don't have bind plugs. They've never had bind plugs.
Some sort of something on it.
The fact that you get a flash when you turn it on means it is going to get power.
Yeah.
DSMX 22 milliseconds. Bind complete.
Why is that one not flashing?
It had it like a second ago.
That's a bit odd. No. I want to rebind it.
Binding. Bind failed.
Too close. Can you turn it on and back off, please?
Yes.
Binding. Bind failed. Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Bind complete.
Yeah. So it didn't. That one didn't bind before.
Right, okay.
Right. So now, take the plug out. Leave the power on. Take the plug out, and then cycle the power. Comes straight on.
Yeah.
Right. So now you need to put that into the power one. And if you put the throttle stick to midpoint, what's you doing?
Rough.
Right, you have to take the blades out so they can move. No, you won't, because you're not plugging the pitch in just now. I'm talking absolute crap. All we have to do is plug the throttle one in. Is that the right throttle? The right channel? Right. So what I want to do is see the travel on it. So
see.
go full up. That's backwards. Reverse it.
We need to rebind it as well.
Yeah, that's fine. But let's get the end point sorted out first.
Let's fill up.
Yeah, but I don't know if that is full travel, that's the thing. Go back. Okay. Go full up. And go halfway. Yeah, so that's about right for travel. So I'm going to go full up on the end point. Start increasing it until it starts to strain.
Okay, which one's the end point?
Go into servo setup. Travel. And go to throttle.
And then
Increase it.
start to strain straight away.
Go again. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Now it's straining.
Okay, so tell me when.
There. Okay, that's fine. And go back the other way to the bottom end. So you want to see increase that. There. Okay, so take that back to where it was. That might even be too low for tick over. So we might have to, we'll adjust that when we come to run the engine.
Could have put it back to 100.
Yeah. That's what I said, put it back to where it was.
Both of them or just
No, just the bottom end. Alright, go to top again. Knock that back
How much?
just a little bit. There. Bring it back up again. Yeah, that'd be fine. Back to middle. Down. Yeah, okay. That would be fine, I think. So theoretically, that is ready to test run. The engine, anyway.
Should we repaint it just while I remember, or do it right at the very end?
We'll do it at the end because we don't know where the tick over is yet. You want to bind it a tick over, not engine kill.
Just in case it comes back on, you've got chance.
Yeah. So really what we need to do now, what's the next step?
Get everything set up, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, either run the engine or get everything set up.
Well, yeah, what we'll do is we'll run the engine next. But to do that, we've got to tidy all this lot away and just strap it in gently, so it's all out the way. We'll take the blades off, so there's no chance of damage or anything, and we'll just get the engine to fire up and tick over. One thing we will have to do, if we're not plugging the tail servo in, is centre the tail rotor so it doesn't try and spin itself. Yeah, that's pretty well mechanically put back together. It's starting to get a bit of life in it. Hey. You happy with where we got to tonight?
Yeah. So would the throttle be on, in theory, on a switch, or would it be on a curve with the throttle and pitch?
What?
So, say I flick the switch to whatever the engine goes to, the RPM it goes to. See, when I put more pitch on, would the RPM come up?
You're not flicking a switch to set the engine to an RPM.
I thought you did.
No. On your throttle stick, you've got two channels now. You've got throttle and you've got pitch. And they're mixed together to work together. So if they're both linear, like going up through the scale, at the bottom stick, you'll have no throttle and negative pitch. And then when you come up with the stick, you get more throttle and more pitch, more positive pitch. And the original way of doing it, and how it says in the manual, is at half stick, you'll have enough throttle and enough pitch to hover. We're going to set it up slightly differently. Yeah? And we're going to use the flight mode switch as well. That one. That one. Yeah? So you get into a habit of flicking that to switch between flight modes and when things go wrong. You're going to learn from the start to deal with that. That's what's known as an idle up switch. Yeah?
Because I always thought it brought a throttle up to a certain point, then flicked it into first, then into second, and then go.
Yes, kind of.
But
No, that's basically how it's going to be. But I don't know what settings that's going to be, but that's going to be the procedure. The problem is, say you have an accident with it, the first thing you've got to do is switch that back to normal, because otherwise the engine will not shut down. Yeah?
so normal's going to be away, isn't it?
Yes, fully away. And then when it's in normal, that will be tick over. But when it's in
Stunt 1, Stunt 2.
either of those, that would be
Negative pitch.
there'll be negative pitch, but still throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you try and land it at that, you're still going to have lots of throttle on. So if it does prang, it's going to be trying to drive itself into the ground and burn everything out. So you've got to learn, as soon as it goes horribly wrong,
Flick that switch.
flick that switch. Yeah? And then we will have an engine. We will have an engine kill set up somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet.
Same as usual.
Possibly, but you could hit that at the wrong time.
I'll have to use different
Stunt
fingers
2,
for the switch.
normal mode.
You don't want to kill the engine when you're trying to go for a stunt switch.
Yeah, but I've always got my finger there, pushing it away. Because I've got that force habit, so I can't kill the
It
engine.
might be better to have it on that one,
Yeah.
where it's away from everything.
See, that just feels backwards, though.
Yeah, but you'll only be using that in emergency or when you're trying to stop it.
It still feels backwards, though.
Anyway, we can deal with that. So I think we're going to call it there for tonight, aren't we?
Stunt 2.
We've got to a convenient point.
Stunt 1. Normal mode.
We've got something working, or as best we can get it working without trying to fire it up.
Yeah.
I think the next part, or next section in this video, is going to be us tidying this up, or it'll be tidied, and putting some fuel in it and trying to get it to run outside. But as it's dark o'clock outside just now, and probably nearly 10 o'clock at night, it's probably not a good thing to do. Well, it's 9 o'clock, but still probably not a good time of day to do this.
I'm sure the neighbours won't mind.
I'm sure they will. So yeah, we'll see you in a short while. Right then, so we've jumped to the next day. It's about 24 hours later. While we still got some daylight and Ewan's home from school, munching on whatever it is, we're going to see if we can't get the engine fired up in this, just to prove that it does run. Everything's temporarily secured at the front. The wiring's not perfectly neat yet, because we've still got a lot of sorting out to do. But it's neat enough and organised enough for us to try running the engine. I've only put a head of tank's worth of fuel into it, because we're not going to be running it for that long here just now. So yeah, we'll get it all outside and try firing it up.
How much throttle do you reckon?
Just see what happens. You want to have everything to be able to reach. You don't want to have to stretch, yeah?
See with these, the glow goes straight on, doesn't it?
Yeah. Trying. Stop. You've got loads of fuel coming out the bottom.
At the bottom of what?
Out the bottom of the engine. It's trying to fire, because I can feel the exhaust swarm. So take the glow off, wind the needle in, and then open it 2.5 turns.
One, half, two, half. Glow back on so again.
Yep. Throttle back, just in case. Right, there's loads of fuel coming out of that. Go one needle in further. Stop. There's fuel, take the glow off, there's fuel dripping out the exhaust. So tip it up and see if it's full on the exhaust. Yeah, there's loads of oil and stuff in there. What on earth is that? Right, try again. I'm wondering if the glow's not enough.
Well, this one here.
Yeah, or the plug's iffy. Okay, stop. Right, I think we need to make sure we've got a good glow on this and come back to you. Okay, so all we've done there is taken the plug out, checked that it's working on the glow. We're going to not connect the remote glow and put the glow driver straight onto the plug, which you wouldn't normally do in normal operation, and see what happens.
So it's meant to be flashing red.
What? No. Go on. Right, so the glow's not working. Take the glow off. So, had it inside just quickly. We think it was a flat glow driver that was a problem. We're now on the backup glow, which is driving the spare glow plugs that we've got a lot better than the other one. So we'll see what it does this time. Right, check the needle again, because I did wind that in case it was that. So go to 2.5 again.
One, half, 2, half.
Wind the needle in, so it's 1.5 turns out.
1.5, you said?
1.5 turns open.
Yep.
There's loads of fuel coming out of that, it's just not firing at all. Take the glow off.
It's burning the fuel, I can hear it.
Okay. Tip it up, see if it's full up in the... Oh, you are tipping oil out everywhere, so just be careful where you're tipping it.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Try again.
Yep. Right, while you're doing that, let's try something. Okay, go again.
Far enough.
I don't know what's going on with this. The only thing we could do is change the plug.
Plugs. Was the plug fine? It is fine, Ash, and we can hear it burning the fuel.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, does it? We just have to change the plug. Let's see if that's the problem. Right, I'll change the plug and try again. Oh. Right, plug's been changed. We tested the plug before putting it in and it was glowing really well. So let's see what happens this time.
We'll take the fuel away, let it run through.
Right, it's firing because it's getting hot.
Yeah.
So I can feel that on the exhaust, but I don't understand why it's not running. What were you set to there on the needle?
1.5 out.
Right, try that. Why are you putting it to half stick?
I was seeing if the thing was still on.
Definitely try it. So much fuel coming out.
Well, if we made it leaner, because it's getting better and better every time we make it leaner, so I don't know what you did there.
It's firing because the exhaust is getting warm. It's just not firing enough. What the hell is that telling me? So I'm thinking, well, what I'm trying to think is how we can get around this. It's firing but not firing enough, so is it not getting enough compression or is it getting too much compression? Could we... Alright, let's turn everything off. Let's go back into the workshop and let's have a think about this. Right, back in the workshop, had a little bit of discussion. And as Ewan went to feel the engine turn over, we've got very odd compression. It feels like we've got some compression, but then it's not really freely turning when it's off compression, if that makes sense. No, sort of round towards bottom dead centre. But there isn't huge amounts of compression at the top either. So I think what we're going to have to do is take the engine out and see what's going on. Yeah, well, that's going to be what we're going to have to do, I think. But we're going to have to come to that later because we've got to have some dinner first and come back to it after dinner. Okay, so we found that there was no compression in the engine with the starter wand. Ewan's taken the engine out and we've got to this stage here just now. So what I've done, the first thing I did was take the back plate off. There isn't excessive amounts of wear on there, so I don't think there's much end flow on the crank. I can't feel anything. There doesn't appear to be anything untoward with the bearings or anything like that. There's a bit of piston slap. So what I've done is I've taken the head off, and one of the, I don't know what you call that, it's not a head gasket, but it's just like a shim, head shim. And then what I want to do is I want to see how much play there is between the piston and the liner. So this liner sits flusher down. I've actually levered it out a little bit carefully, so I can get the piston and conrod out. Now this is actually, for your experience,
Yeah, I can see.
that mark there lines up at the back. So we need to remember that going in like that. So that is effectively the liner. That is where the piston runs. And it's got various different ports and holes to sort the timing out, and that's why the orientation is important to go back in. It doesn't appear to have any marks or scratches or anything like that in it, so I'm not too worried about that. So now with the piston, with the liner out, the piston's got a lot more movement. So with a lot more movement, we should be able to get the piston off the conrod, he says. To get the piston and conrod out, like that. And that has got hot. See how the discoloration it? But it's not bad at all. But what we've not got is a moving piston ring. I can't even see where there's the brake there, so I need a pin. If I can have a pin.
Can you hold the camera?
Beg a pin? A pin, Ewan. So what I've got to do is just carefully see if, where's the joint in the piston ring there. See if I can just ease the piston ring out. Even if that is the joint, I think it's the joint. Maybe it isn't, maybe it's just a mark in it. It's got to be the joint.
Yeah. Unless that's it right there.
That is the joint in it there. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but...
No, you won't be able to.
There's another way of getting that part of there. It's the tiniest little... You can't get a fingernail in there or anything. The other thing is, it could have been, when it is worn, you can see it's worn, but only on one edge. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Shiny there.
Coppery the other side.
But it's not there. And there, so it hasn't been... I wonder if it's been run a bit too lean at some point. I need to try and get that piston ring off somehow. Did that just move or did it break? I don't know, but it looks like there might be a little bit more of a gap there now. Yeah. Oh no, maybe not. Right, what else have we got that's really small that we could put in there? Scalpel blade.
I'm trying to hold the camera.
So I'm not quite sure where I left you there. We've come across a bit of a stumbling block here. Got the 37 in bits. The piston ring is well and truly stuck in the piston, and I don't know quite how I could even get it out. So the easiest solution, I think, when we can, is get a new piston and ring, slap it in and put that engine back together. We were contemplating, we've got an OS32 here, of taking the fan off the 37 and putting it on to the 32. But even that's stuck on there and not coming off. Again, if I try and force it, I'm going to end up breaking it. So long-term interest, it's going to be worth just leaving that fan on, get the new piston ring, and that then could be put straight back into the airframe. The other answer is to get another fan to stick onto that 32 and put it in. But either way, we haven't got parts. So unfortunately, just now, I think we're going to have to all stop on this, which is a bit of annoyance. We'll have to see what parts we can get, when we can get them, how we can get them, and come back to this when we've got the parts. That's probably a convenient point to end this video, isn't it? It's a bit of a downer, because you were wanting to get this flying and whatnot. Yeah. I think we really need to see about getting parts, as I revisit it once we've got that. So yeah, we're going to end that video just now here. Convenient point. If you've got any questions about what we're doing here, any comments, stick them down below. If you're liking what we're doing, or trying to do, and not succeeding, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already, consider subscribing to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. But from a dejected Ewan and myself in the workshop just now, we'll catch you next time.